Folks, welcome to Money Me. Value Line's Stock of the Week. What's that mean? I subscribe to the Value Line 600, and I was always it's a paper product, and they have it in digital. But I took them up on their offer, and I wanted to see basically how things have changed really over the. I probably haven't subscribed to this for 8 years, but I'm always looking for new opportunities in stocks. And one of the reasons I create this video is because basically I like to share my experience as a everyday regular guy that buys and sells stocks and has been in business, been a landlord, and knows a lot about money, good and bad. Made mistakes trading, made mistakes in business, and share this insight with you guys. And hopefully someone learns something from it and likes the information I put out there and subscribes to the channel. It's free. So I wanted to pick, I just randomly picked, I'm like, waste management. Usually when the economy is good, there's always garbage whether the economy is good or bad, but obviously there's more garbage when the economy is better because people are doing more construction, there's more remodeling, there's more things going on for garbage. So let's look into it. I have the Webull desktop app. If you guys are interested in signing up to Webull, you can hit the link down below, and they give you a couple. They don't pay me nothing. I guess if you sign up, I get one free stock. So I just put it out there because people ask me, Pat, what chart are you using here? And this is the chart that I'm using. So I looked at Webull, and man, today it closed 213, the 212.06 down 0.38. I had a 213.85, but you look at the chart and you say, oh, okay, this is nice. It bounced. It broke out of the May 31st because it was at 210 and back down to 190. That's only about a 5% move, but whoa, let's go back and look at the chart. And then I'll talk about basically a synopsis, short version of what Value Line is saying. But if you look at this, it broke out from 188 back in February the 9th. Had a nice little run to 198. But wow, we can go back, and this stock just in October was what, is that right? 148? Yeah, October the 3rd, we're talking 148.01 was a low. So it's had a nice, so 150, 74, 70, 210. Yeah, it's had a 50% run since then. That is huge. We're talking October till June here. That's 9 months. That's not bad. 50% return. I would have loved that. So my concern is just looking at the chart that it's probably overextended, but again, I'm not a licensed broker, or you go back and wow, let's go to a weekly chart. Let's see what the weekly. Yeah, wow, is it at all? Yeah, it's at basically all-time highs. Yeah, waste management. Look at this. Wow. Yeah, we're going way back. Is it basically at all-time highs? The market cap on this, but that's the thing. It trades at a price times earning of 28.80. That's just such a big breakout that I don't know. Now I'm going to look at basically yearly revenues for the year 2021 was around 18 billion. I'm rounding up, and this year 2024 around 21 billion dollars. So that's not a lot of growth. 18 to 21, that's 3 billion. That's still that's only about 4% a year. So and I wouldn't be surprised if some of that growth is basically in acquisitions and buying smaller companies. Value Line basically has it in the same way that I feel their timeless is 3. Their safety of the stock is 1, meaning it's going to be around. But I think it's one of those stocks that easily could, if you look at the chart and even look at it. Let's look at this bigger chart on stockcharts.com. I don't know. It's had such a run since October. Let's change this one to a weekly. Yeah. Um, since October, man, it has run huge. Um, Market cap $85 billion. So it might be a nice blue chip, but it's not something I would buy here personally. It's one to keep your eye on if it does pull back, and it's got support as far as the 50-day moving average is 206.94, and the 200-day is 186.41. That's a big drop. That's down at the 200-day moving average, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get a market correction to watch this stock. Um, it's a good diversification play as far as, but it's not a tremendous. It's not going to be a tremendous grower. It's one that if it does get a pullback, it's probably a tradable stock. But October from 150 to now to 212, that's a big. I like to see this stock kind of simmer down a little bit, kind of trade some sideways, But it's had a nice run, and historically, I think that the price times earning is probably rather high. They have a projection on it, 2027, 2029 on Value Line of 225 to 275. So there's not at 225. There's only over the next 2.5 years, you're only talking about 10%. So you're really only talking about a 3 or 4% return per year. So I guess that's why this stock is garbage. But keep an eye out on it, because it could be one of those stocks that if it gets down to 186.41, we get a bounce off of that. But I don't see this. Value Line even at a projection of 225 on the low end, 275 on the high end, and that's projection of 2027 to 2029. So that's still, even if it gets to that, you're talking about an 8% return per year. There's much better stocks out there that you can get 10 to 12% a year. So for me, I would just pass on this, but I'll watch it. And if it does get down to 186.41 and the market is not crazy short, I might consider it as a trade. Might get into it, but that's it's a big maybe. And I would see what was going on, why it caused it to drop to 186.41, because even at 186.41 from a low of 140, you're still talking about a good return. So. All right, that's the Value Line stock of the week, Waste Management. If you guys know any other stocks that you would like to have featured, that are in the Value Line 600, I'd have to look into it. There's 600 different companies, but I'm going to try to pick a company that we currently own no position in Waste Management, just to be clear. I'm not always want to pick stocks that I own, just because something that catches my eye, and just to kind of do my homework on and study the charts and study the news and see what's going on. Obviously, it was a great pick in October, and man, when it broke out, and I'll slide the stock charts over again. When it broke out of this 147, of course that was the bottom, but really when it broke, it hit up in here at around 165, traded sideways, and then boom, steadily climbed up. Let me look at real quick, Waste Management, as far as probably a lot of insiders are selling. Waste Management, down after hours 406, but I don't know what the volume is on that. But yeah, down $4.06. Let's look at the statistics, and I'll share it with you what I'm looking at on Yahoo. It's not always 100% up to date. Revenue $21 billion. Shares short, very low. Short ratio 1.56%. $6 diluted earnings per share. Yeah, so even at 2030, that stock, again, basically a stock that's the business is only growing at 5%. I mean, even applying a 3 multiple, 15 times. This stock could get cut in half. And another thing, I just look at that total cash, $322 million, debt, $16 billion. Wow, that's a lot of debt. Now, I mean, that could be obligations on trucks and real estate and things, but still, that's a lot of debt. That's a lot of debt. How many landfills do they have? Excuse me. 48,000 employees. As of December 31, 2022, they operated 254 landfills, 5 hazardous waste NMFR, 337 transfer stations. MRF is, I guess, their recycling centers. So I know that they own several companies here in Pennsylvania that they've bought out, but yeah. So we're gonna call this a garbage stock, which it is, but meaning again, and I don't usually say buy, sell, hold, but I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it unless it again got down into that, and then even then 186.40, and it could get there fast. I mean, it's not a big drop as much as you might think. 212, 10%, 20, 180. Yeah, you're only really talking roughly about a 10-11% correction, just to get back down to the 200-day moving average. So, all right, guys, I hope you liked this video. Give me thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Doesn't cost you nothing. I hope you don't think this content is garbage. I know, a little corny, but we'll there's 600 stocks in that value line that I subscribe to, so there's a lot to feature. So I'll see you again. I'll see you next week for value line, but we are putting out content almost every day, so I hope that you will join us and watch the videos and comment on the videos, and if you can, share them with your friends.